I hope we are live. Sorry that we're slightly late. A normal technical issue last minute. See if we get someone pink that's watching. We might have 0 viewers for this one, so it should be quite a nice one.
Yeah, exactly. Nice early one. I don't have it live yet, so normally takes 20 seconds or so to come up.
Yes. Okay. Well, we'll ramble for a minute whilst we see if anybody pings up. We lost our scheduled stream and had to do a new one, so that might be throwing off all and sundry. What can we do to check that?
We are live now.
Are we live?
I should turn the volume off because you probably hear it. Yes, we are live. I'm a bit blurry for some reason, but yeah, nothing new there.
No, it's all that streaming you're doing. So, good evening, everybody. Cheers to anyone that's watching. Leroy, cheers. What have you got? What are you drinking tonight?
I haven't actually got anything at the moment, so there you go. Water currently.
Wow.
I know. I have to go get a glass in a minute once we've done a few shout outs and stuff.
Fallen on hard times. We've got bread and water.
Yeah, well, you know, it's Taekwondo night in it, so I just finished my dinner and ran into the office, and here I am. So I didn't actually make a drink. But I was on holiday last week. How was, as you know?
I was just going to say, how was that?
Yeah, it was good. It was very windy and rainy, which is not the ideal scenario for a caravan holiday. But overall, it was very nice. Drunk a few beers and a few glasses of wine. So yeah, we had a good time.
Marvelous! I'm very glad to hear it. And kids back at school now or not today?
Yep, yeah, kids back today for the foreseeable future, unless they decide that school is part of lockdown, which I know political type people were wanting it to be in what I read earlier today. So hopefully not, because the kids do need to go to school.
Yeah, so otherwise you get angry wives, and then that's not a good look.
Yeah, angry everyone really. It's frustrating. Plus, you know, if they're not at school, someone's got to school them, which is always hard.
Yes, it is. Well, and obviously, you know, the big elephant in the room, back into lockdown. That's what started these crazy shenanigans that we do on a Monday. Or I think it was Saturday and a Sunday and a Friday and a Thursday or whatever it was. It was fairly irregular when we were doing it to start with. But yeah, here we are again facing another lockdown.
Yeah, I know. Madness, isn't it? Madness. You know, it's... What do you think about the whole thing?
Not a lot that's airable.
Yeah.
I don't think really is what it is. We just got to get on with it, and just like everybody else, not good for anybody, is it? But maybe it's good. Who knows? I'm not clever enough to know all those things. I just know it's hard when you keep starting a business. It's hard work.
Yeah.
And especially when there's been a lot of effort and financing and all that sort of stuff put into by all these retailers and all these guys to try and make things, whatever the nice expression they all like to use, COVID secure, which is, you know, nothing's COVID secure, is it? But they've invested a lot so that they could get themselves back open again, including us and all the tracks around, you know, in our little world. Everyone's been trying to do their bit, haven't they, and come up with ingenious ways to get going. And then to have that stop again is frustrating, I think, for everybody concerned.
Yeah.
We should have been getting excited for our upcoming race this weekend. I was frantically scrolling through all of the crap that's on Facebook to see if there'd actually been a statement from the BRCA or from the Motorsports Association, just to see the slight ambiguity about sport events and elite sport events and that sort of stuff. But I see that Motorsports UK have actually now said everything is to stop under their umbrella apart from elite and touring car. So that's a shame.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I did my own little bit of BRCA research today, seeing if they'd put anything up, just direct to the website, but I couldn't see anything. I assumed it wouldn't be able to go ahead, which is unfortunate for us and everyone wanting to come and race. But we'll just have to make a better track, so when we do come open again, we've got an amazing facility for everyone to come and visit.
Yep, definitely. I mean, we you know, largely built it in early times of lockdown. So watch this space. Maybe we can do some some cool stuff in this next lockdown. Let's just hope it is a 4-week one, not a 3-month one.
Yeah,
because that would be sad. But
it would be.
anyway, let's knock all that crap on the head, because anyone can tune in to listen to people. What is amazing, actually, I don't do Facebook, like you know. I spent 2 minutes or 3 minutes scrolling through it then, and it was a perfect reminder why I don't do it. I never knew that everybody was so clever and how their opinions was the correct opinion. It's awesome to watch social media sometimes.
That's why I don't do it either.
Wow. It's good everyone's got an opinion, but my God, people try and force their one down people's throats. And it's amazing how many good politicians that we have as well as model car races in our midst. Never knew it, that we'd be able to run the country so well.
To be fair, it might do a better job.
I think that's what everybody thinks. So let's do some shout outs. Let's do the Leroy shout outs.
Shout outs. So here we go. Davey Rolls, very consistent, number 1 or number 2 on the comment train. He is there banging out an evening. So evening, Davey. Ivan Bingham says, laugh out loud. I'm not sure if it's to a joke or he's just got the giggles. Not sure. Derek Krosky, haven't heard from Derek for a while. Hope you're well, Derek, and hope everything in Ireland is safe and sound. It's probably safer with you there, I'm sure. Kev Brunston says, evening, Kev. Had a good result of the weekend. We'll talk about it shortly.
Good.
Simon Lee, Slow Boy Racing RC, locked in and locked on. Great to see Mr. Brunston at Hearts again. So,
nice.
Our fan there, Kev. So, Hi, Simon. How are we doing? Leon Morel says, oi, Leon Morel. Gavin, hello. Hello, Gavin. Ivan Bingham says, hi, boys. He's stopped the laughing. He says, hi.
Exactly.
Arvinder says, evening, guys. Going to miss racing on Sunday, and we're going to miss having you there. Miss ourselves being there. Nobby Lemoyne, you very far down the order this week, Nobby. I'm a little disappointed to get close to the top of the comment list. He says, all right, chaps, was waiting for the upcoming event video to start. Didn't realise you had a different video. Oh, there you go. See?
It's our fault. It's our fault.
Although it wasn't our fault, but technical difficulties as ever with this. Scott Follington says, good evening, caps. I'm wearing a cap. John's not wearing a cap, though.
I need to.
Lyndon says, hi from Jane and Don from Plymouth. Do you know where they're from?
Who?
Jane and Don.
Do I know where they're from? Yeah, I do. I do. They're from heaven. They're heavenly.
It feels like heaven to touch. Anyway, keep safe and well, they said. Craig Homer says, evening, Craig. John Greaves says, nearest I get to racing. Always happy to see you too. Thank you very much, John.
Likewise.
Cakes by Claire says, evening, guys. Evening, Claire. I think Claire writ Kev's race report / Heart's race report. So it was very well written.
I saw that momentarily ago go up on our page. And obviously, it was probably up there earlier on, but I hadn't seen it. I was busy earlier, and I thought that's a very good race report.
Yeah.
And I thought you'd done it. So that was a Kev, or was it you, Claire? Let's get the real.
It came from Claire to my message, which means that Claire wrote it because it was well written and very nice, and I didn't have to edit it at all. So thanks very much, Claire.
What are you trying to say about Kev? I mean, Jesus Christ. He was our podium guy. We should be bigging him up.
Oh, we will be shortly. Don't you worry.
Good.
Jonesy Cram again. Mark backwards says, "Cheers with a glass of red." Cheers, Marky boy.
Good man.
Derek says, "It's all good here. Sneaking around lockdowns." Nobby Lemoyne says he's been waiting from about 5 minutes past 8 for us to come online.
Good lad.
Just a shame he was waiting at the wrong one. And Claire says she did write the report, so there you go.
Of changing the subject slightly, of all the people that I think it would be very fun to sneak around with, Derek McCluskey would be high of my list, because I'm fairly sure that there could be some entertaining sneaking arounds going on over Ireland.
He'd be very sneaky.
One day. Is Derek, is he still running Yokomo?
No. He switched out to Schumacher or something. I don't know. He was like following.
People,
something like that. But he's still got a Nagama. Well, at least he did have.
Good man.
Yeah, Winston Barnett's also online. Just throwing that in there. It says, "Yo guys, any pics?" He says, "Any pics of this new Gamma A319 body shell I heard about? Have you heard about this?"
Oh. I have heard about it, and I have an early an old thing that we can throw up if you want to throw it up.
Well, may as well, as he's mentioned it. I'm assuming it's up. There you go, guys.
Discuss.
Or which way have I got to point? That way, probably. It's probably coming up at that side. There it is. So talk us through it. As you can see,
it's not the first time I've heard. I assume it's up, Leroy.
Okay.
Yeah. So there. Discuss the body shell.
Well, I was going to let you do it. You're the one that's driven it more.
But I only pay for it. I don't actually know anything about it. I tell you what, it is very good. It's very, very, very good. Obviously, a very cab forward, very big around the front. Instantly feel locked in with it. Really, I'm one of the old school 8-scale guys that poo-hooed all of the little winglets and different body shapes and stuff back in the day, and past my day as well. But I tell you what, I was completely wrong. Having now spent some time doing these things with yourself, and you saying, you need to try this because this is going to be good. It's shocking just how much of a difference of a feel. I don't think massively you see like huge gain in lap time, but in consistency, it's just night and day. When we pop that on, it just does the same thing lap after lap. Very, very good on the big jumps as well, which I think. Our e-buggy shell is excellent that we're running on the Nitro, but I think on some of the big jumps, I don't like it so much as the stock shell, whereas this feels just good everywhere. So I'm very excited to get that into our guys' hands because I think they're going to love it. The feeling, they'll feel it from the first time they turn into turn 1 or 2. The difference is big, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And, for the skeptics out there, it does look similar to other things on the market, but for a good reason. It works very well. They didn't make one for our car, so we've decided to make our own with some changes. Obviously, we changed the back end, hopefully get a bit more cooling to the engine, and also it's a little bit flatter at the back, but the cab design is what we believe to be the best for our car. For the guys that like steering, obviously if you're running on Astra and stuff, you're probably not going to want to use this body. You'll want to use a standard one.
No,
because we won't want any of that extra steering and stuff. But exactly what John said. From what we found is it just makes it consistent. You get more natural aero out of the car, and especially when you're going straight, it's a nice big blocky body. When you start getting it sideways, you actually do have quite a bit of clear air passing, so you do get a bit more rotation out of the car, but not aggressive rotation is what I would say. It rotates through the turn, but it's not aggressive going in, which is, I think, perfect for what most people look for.
Yeah, it's just easy to drive. I mean, certainly, I've obviously extensively run it around our track, and it just, I think it's fantastic. So,
I always liked it.
Good. So there's the body that's coming. I can see Derek said he's still a Gamma. So as I say, one out of 2 is good. We'll take that.
Yeah, we'll take that. I had a better picture of the body too, but I obviously didn't forward with it. It's a little bit more finished as a mold, and we're getting pretty close to it being ready. So hopefully within, I would say a week, but with COVID stuff, maybe that will push back a little bit. But a week to 2 weeks, hopefully we'll have a body for people.
Yeah, and we'll still be pushing on through the lockdown because it's our job. So we'll be working hard to keep bringing some more products and some other big stuff that's getting worked on in the background that requires quite a lot of running. So we'll be working hard through it, won't we?
I'll be working for sure at a track quite a lot of the time because we need to keep pushing on now. It's coming up to a part of the year where we're really pushing things forward for next year. So there'll be no what's the word? Letting off. There'll be no letting off from us. So
full throttle, Leroy. Lean it out, Leroy.
That's it. We got lots of things to do, and they need track time. So.
Sorry, I was just seeing Claire come back with a comment, and I was trying to read it, but you finished slightly earlier than I thought you would. Claire wrote it.
Yeah, Claire,
I think Kev was trying to claim it, but she's laid it down.
I think
Just
Kev
let him know as it was.
probably told her what day it was or something, and that was about it. Maybe some people's names.
Awesome. Fantastic. So that was a fairly long side shout out, which is good because we haven't really got anything to, well, not massively to pack stuff out. What is in your closet? Have we got a what's in your closet feature this week?
We do. I have prepared it again. Obviously, last week we had, and I still have it next to me, not in my closet anymore, but it's still next to me. We had the Yokomo. I'll show you it just for everyone to remember.
Secretly, while he's off camera, I'm still waiting for something purple to come out of that closet.
Oh, that's coming. Don't worry. That'll be soon. Although someone else still has the purple thing, as far as I'm aware.
Yes.
So last week we saw this, didn't we? Remember?
I remember.
So the MX4
very nice, very cool.
From '98, and we spoke about. I was running a Predator before that, and
yes,
we'd like to see that, from the same kind of era. Although the one I've got next to me is a slightly newer one. I didn't want to go to the shed to get the older one. Which one do you want? Because I can do anything. Do you want the exact one I used at the same era as this, or a newer one?
Yeah, yes. I think they're the same era, so that we can compare where English engineering was compared to the Rising Sun.
So talk for 1 minute, and I'll be back.
Rising Sun, by the way, the Rising Sun in Tame does a fantastic tie.
Yeah, I've been there, but only for beer, I think. Oh, we had a takeaway one time, I think.
Yes, yeah, it's very good. Just to shout out.
Just
not
talk
that you can eat there
a
anymore.
Minute, and I'll be back.
What am I going to talk about?
Purple thing.
I can't talk about the purple thing, possibly. I was looking at my time. 10 to 9. No, purple thing is not. We'll discuss that another time. So I presume Leroy has gone to go and get a Predator. Not that we're spoiling what's coming up, but I think there's a Predator coming. I can't remember what they were called in back in the day. I think the X10. I think was the last one that was done, but I think that was by Extreme, because I think we'll find the proper story behind the Predator. But 10th Technology for me was again another car that made me just think model car racing was awesome, because it looked something that was relatable to real racing, what you'd tune in and see with the F1 cars and with the lay down shot, and it just was absolutely incredible. And I can remember being so excited to buy one. In fact, I bought one of the they did a touring car one to against like the Tamiya stuff that we used to do on a Friday night. So excited to buy one because it was just like the coolest looking thing. And I think I broke it about 10 times on the first night. They definitely weren't the most hardy things. They looked fantastic, but if you weren't Leroy, they were bad news. But they were so cool. He's back, and you got a drink at the same time. How did you manage that? You still on Fisher Price, whatever it is,
Ballycastle.
Ballycastle. Yes, I was just filling in on. I spoiled the surprise about the Predator was coming, and I was just filling in on my super excitement.
Think of anything to say, so you just stole my thunder.
Couldn't. I was stuck on purple dildo in my head, so I needed to to work on something else. Did I say that? I did. That sounds odd, doesn't it? So yeah, I was just saying the excitement I had when I first bought the Predator, and it wasn't an off-road buggy because I wasn't doing 10th scale off-road. It was a thing that we raced indoors. Yeah, I think they call it a DTM. Did they call it a DTM? It was like to race against the Tamiya TFO, whatever it was.
Yes.
And I was so excited to get it. In fact, we drove down to Richard Weatherly's house to go and pick them up.
Right. Cool.
Which was cool, and saw like the bits getting bagged up in the parts getting bagged up and stuff. And it was shocking. I just broke it every time I put it on the track. It was broken. It looked so cool. It was so frustrating at the same time. So obviously didn't have a skill set like yourself to mind the markers as such. So anyway, what's in your closet, Leroy?
So here we go. Here she is from '98. My Pred.
Wow.
Look at that.
That's very cool. That is very cool.
Right. There she is. I'll take the body off. Obviously, the body's been done in my colours. It was done by Mr. Talbot, I think. I think he did this one.
Awesome.
My recent colours didn't have these colours at the time, but I wanted it done in my colours. So,
I find that staggering when you hold that up compared to that.
Right.
It's like we're living in completely different times. They genuinely are on the track at the same time?
Hey,
they were genuinely on the track at the same time. That is the same era.
Newer than this design.
I can't get my head around that.
This thing is just spectacular.
That's so cool.
Really. Like when I look at it, I'm still in kind of awe about it.
Yeah.
No,
and that, I mean, it won everything, didn't it? That car just absolutely obliterated everything in performance.
It did on its things, you know, on dirt. Maybe it wasn't the best car. I mean, I know Mayfield tested one of these.
Did he?
Yeah. He got sent one when Associated didn't have a four-wheel. He tested one, and he said it was very good on his dirt tracks, but I think he kept breaking it, like most people that ran it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know, this one thing that amazes me about this car, obviously, it's got lay-down shocks, got cantilever front shocks, which are pretty awesome. The one thing that always amazed me about this car is the screw count is very, very low. You know, typically our cars these days, like a two-wheel drive, has 100-ish screws, maybe a bit less, maybe a bit more. A full drive will have like 120 screws, maybe less, maybe a bit more. This car has like 60 screws in it, which is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
And you think if you're screwing 60 screws, that means you've got a lot less parts as well. So you have a lot less parts to manufacture, or you could say to go wrong. But obviously the gearboxes and stuff weren't ideal. But very simple, very effective design. And when it was on its track, I remember Kidderminster being a certain track that when they didn't have grip, it was almost unbeatable because you didn't get the crazy grip roll and stuff. And like flat grass, which is what we used to race on a lot back in the day, was awesome. Like you literally just pinned it round all the time, and if it would last the race, it would probably do very, very well.
Yeah. Amazing. Just amazing. Just how, as I say, it just looks like a completely different era.
Yeah,
completely different era.
I mean, this, if you release this now, you'd be like, wow, that's the future. I mean, look at it.
Hold that thought. Look at it.
Look at it. I mean, front wing. Don't we have a front wing on everything now? And here it is, a front wing.
I can remember I was only really like reading the magazines really properly at that sort of time. I can remember there being some controversy about the front wing on that car. Was it? Did they try and ban it or something? Or I seem to remember something.
Not that I know of.
Right. Okay.
Possible. I know if you did it in 8 scale, you'd have controversy because in the rules it says you're only allowed one wing, which is always funny when people put like wings on their top arms and stuff. Where if you actually follow the rule to the line, that's not allowed. In 10 scale though, we've never had that rule, as far as I know.
Just remember something. Maybe it was the people that obviously when that turned up and it just. I mean, Kevin Moore won straight out with the first one of them, didn't he? I seem to remember.
Probably.
I'm sure people were. Yeah, people were trying to mischief make for that for a long time.
Maybe. I mean, the original ones had like carbon tub chassis and stuff. They're even cooler than this.
No, one of those.
And if a front wing fell off this car, you lost all steering. It was like you needed the front wing. It worked. It was a working thing. So yeah, I still think this is one of the coolest cars of all time. It had its flaws.
Yeah.
But it definitely has some cool stuff about it as well. Like you can change the toe with your turnbuckle here. I remember being at the F2s and it rained. And I was like, did half a lap, and a guy, he was called Russell Williams actually. He was a Welsh guy, doesn't race anymore as far as I'm aware. He pulled me in and he wound some toe on the car and set off, and then she was flying after that. And you know, quick change like that, just wound some toe on. It was like 4 degree one side and 7 the other. Who knows? But
well, it's like the F1 guys when they come in and they want to turn more wing or whatever it might be. It's just cool to be able to adjust it on the fly like that.
Yeah, exactly. And most of the time, it makes it better. So even if it's not quite perfect, it's probably better than what it was. So
100%.
I won the F2.
So that's a win.
Not this exact one, but the same car. So this was an XK 98. So this edition did come out in 98. So we are like for like here.
Wow. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, that's my favourite personal one so far. Yeah, what's in your closet, mate?
There you go. We're going to do a cars that rock on one of these as well. I can show you my other one, which is next to me, which is also my pride and joy, or we can hold it on for next week.
Throw it on.
Let's go. Throwing it on, as we haven't got much to say this week.
Exactly.
So this is, again, it's a Predator. I have the box. I have the manual. There's a little manual. Have a little look through here. Actually, quite a nice manual.
I think the biggest takeaway from all this stuff for anyone watching this is just how much of an RC geek you are.
Thanks. Yeah, but not as much.
I mean that in a good. I mean that in a good way. I don't mean it in a bad way. I mean it in a good way.
Yeah, not as much as my RC geek friend Freddie Russell, who's got like every vintage car going, about 30 of each.
Oh my goodness!
He actually built me a car.
Mr.
He just built me a car which is going to go on Cars That Rock, or no, it probably won't. It'll go on one of these shows. So, right. There's another cool thing I didn't talk about on that car, but I'm going to talk about on this one anyway. So this is the Temp Technology Predator, the last one that came out of the Temp Technology factory, not the Team Extreme, which came after that. This is a Richard Weatherly car.
Yep.
And this is brand new. It's been built, but it's never been run. It's an X10. And they really stepped the game up with this one. You know, we got a big arse Lexan front wing. Looks kind of like mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really, really beautifully made. Like the way the cantilever works, so beautiful. All billet. Yeah, and as I didn't show you on that one, but on this one I'll show you is the springs. So you have two springs. So you have one that works lower down, soft, quick,
just to make it progressive.
Yeah, and then you'll move into the other one shortly after. Obviously, they had roll bars, which again wasn't massively a thing on other cars, but these had it standard, and they are kind of more essential on lay down cars because when you pick up one corner, it makes all the shocks work. Whereas with our stand up conventional stuff, it kind of doesn't work that way. Yeah, and the wing. Look at the wing. It looks kind of like my LMR wing.
It does.
Low and wrapped around everything. And
yeah.
One of the original Preds, they were actually tested in a wind tunnel.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they were tested in a wind tunnel, so they were actually done for aero reasons. So yeah, this one is my pride and joy more than the other one because when I first saw this car, I was blown away by it. So I'm so happy to have one.
Yeah. And, it does look stunning.
Another funny.
Why did it not work in terms of why aren't they still with us now?
Well, it definitely worked. It just needed to kind of step forward, I think, because they kept breaking drive lines and stuff. And then once you lose some of your top drivers, then your development stalls, obviously. And as tracks were progressing, maybe the development wasn't progressing. You know, stuff started moving into different areas and people probably wanted different things. You know, even like the wheels, for example, they kind of fitted on with a little nipple in the wheel rather than like a hex or something, so it could quite easily strip, especially as we got more power. Probably manufacturing budgets like this one come with these Perspex wing mounts. I can't even see them because they're clear, you see?
Yeah. That's cool.
They're not going to last very long, are they? Let's be honest.
No.
They're going to smash to pieces. People probably moved.
It was all about performance, wasn't it? That car. When you run through it and you think about it, it was literally about, let's get the absolute maximum performance out of everything, which is fantastic, and it is a big part of what we do. But you need to make it durable. It needs to be something that the average Joe can just pick up and use.
Yeah, 100%. And people having to rebuild them all the time wasn't helping that. I mean, a reason why they broke, I'm sure a lot of people do know, but the prop shaft through the center is solid and it's fixed into the gearboxes. So this prop shaft with a gear here, a pinion gear here and here is fixed. So the car couldn't flex inwards, but if it did, it didn't flex on a dog bone in the middle. The gearboxes would go in and the crown and pinion gear would smash into each other and break. And that's pretty much a reason why it always broke. So if you could actually make one with a dog bone in the middle that allowed you to have kind of flex and stuff without it breaking, then obviously it would jump and land better.
Or that crazy cool automatic system that you remember that the float you showed me, the floating system, that would be quite cool. Yeah,
that would be cool.
Yeah.
Wow. And there she is. And a funny story about this exact car is it was the European Championships. It was 2003. So this car must have come out around then, I'm pretty sure. And four-wheel drive was first at this Euros, I think. Normally it's two-wheel drive then four-wheel drive, and this time round four-wheel drive was first. And Richard Weatherly turned up with this car, the X10, that no one had ever seen before, to showcase it at the four-wheel drive Euros, basically. But he turned up late, thinking the four-wheel drive was on second, but it had already run first, so he missed the whole four-wheel drive event.
Oh my God.
So yeah, there you go.
Wow.
Whether he knew it at the time or not, I have no idea. But there you go. There's a funny story that I remember from this car.
That definitely needs to be a car that rock video.
Yeah,
mate.
we'll do it for sure. Plus, I race the thing, so I've got good experience with it. To be honest, it's quite cool. Like in the box, you get. I'll show you. Oh yeah, so these are the wheels. Ugly, horrible things with like nipples inside.
Oh yeah.
Horrible. Solid as a rock, and they weigh about 30 kilo. So in the box, you got your own little card. Look at that. Contact, spares, hotline, stuff on the back. You got a chassis number and a security code. I'm not quite sure why you need a security code.
They're so ahead of their time. That sort of stuff. We've spoken about similar things, so that's pretty cool.
You get your own F1 pit surface mat. It's literally F1 pit surface. I've never even opened it. There's in here. But yeah, so there's two of my pride and joys. Two of my vintage pride and joys.
Yeah, I'd like one of those. That is very cool.
Yes, it is. It is awesome. I was just looking at the manual because I hadn't really looked before. I literally got it. I got it off a guy in Austria. It was funny. I was with one of my friends and I was proclaiming my love for these cars. And he said, "Oh, I've got one of them." I'm like, "What? What have you got?" He said, "Oh, I've got an X10." Oh, yeah. Have you run it? No, it's brand new. Do you want to buy it?
Yes.
And it came home with me. It's funny because I got it at an EOS, and I remember I put it on the table, and everyone was like, "Never seen one before." I'm like, "What's that? Is that a new yoke?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "No, it's just my. It's a vintage." What?
If only. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This is my vintage one that's about 20 years more advanced than what I'm currently using. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh, who knows? Who knows? Maybe we should make one again and see how it goes.
You never know. And seeing Johnny on the side there throwing some ice cubes in a bottle of champagne, I can remember that night, Johnny.
I just thought he was cool as
ice. So that exactly. That was a very, very good. What's in your closet, mate? You're going to struggle to beat that one for me.
I am, although I've got lots of skeletons in my closet, John.
Well, no doubt. I'm excited to see them all. And it's Halloween, so you should have bought. Well, no, we've missed that one. You should have bought a skeleton out.
Yeah, I should have.
Yes.
So Derek McCluskey said Kimmel drove one as well, apparently.
Wow. Yes, I remember seeing that in a magazine. Actually, thinking about it.
There you go. It could have been. It could have been huge.
Yeah. God, that must have been close. That must have been exciting to have been involved with that project at that time.
Yeah, it would have been awesome. But there we go. Anyway, closet.
Yeah.
Done.
Done. Exactly. So what's next? Because we haven't got like a lot to back out this show with, to be fair. So
we haven't. I can see what people have said. So John Greaves remembers me running one at Stopfold. Seems so long ago. You're right. I did run one at Stopfold after it was already becoming kind of forgotten about, and it was before I was serious about racing. But in our younger days, and I remember getting one because it was cool back then, and it was still really good. And that was, I don't know what year it was. Maybe John knows. So Craig Homer says, if the car was on for the finish, the batteries wouldn't be. Yeah, that's true. I mean, it was just wrong time, wrong era.
Yeah.
So Johnny Roberts, lob it in. Not quite sure what that's about. You might, John.
I think that's the ice cubes.
Okay. All before I was born, says Yayan. Nice to see you, Yayan. You've been a bit late to the party. Graham Wright says, evening, guys. Chris James says, like most things, Yayan, you're one of the Spice Girls generation. CJ, you're a Spice Girl. No, you're Shakira. Scott Foy, my good friend Scott, we've talked about it before, leather saddle maker Scott. It would be interesting to make a modern version today, like the XX4 and the 22.4. It would be, you're right. Graham Wright says, love it. Morton is online. Says, good evening. Nice to see you guys. Good wishes from Norway. Evening, Norton.
Good man.
Got to get a
I don't
package
think
out there.
Morton, you don't drink anymore, but we'll raise a glass to Morton. He's a good guy.
He is good. So, yes, T-Tech should have done a tool drive, said Craig Homer. Love the vintages. So many memories. Just added a Losi XXT and my XX and XXX and XXX4 next. I've got a XXX. Maybe we could do that one time. I never drove one, actually, a Losi XXX. Sorry, we're all temp scale vintage here, but never drove a Losi XXX, but I have a very fond memory of it. But I'll tell you what, we'll talk about that when I've got it as a closet thing.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hans Magneberg says, hello, guys. Hope you're well. Hi, Hans.
Very good.
Chris James says his hips don't lie, and that's for sure. We know that. Chewy says, what's your plans for Nemo over the next month with no racing? Over to you, John.
Yeah, not sure.
Well, we're going to be planning to work as normal. We've got a massive gamma order coming.
Yes. Yeah, there's actually lots going on for us. I'm just thinking trackside, what we're doing. A fair amount of R&D stuff going on. We've got some interesting engine work that we've got coming up in the next few days, which is going to be fun. Obviously, body shell stuff. Once we've got that mold done and got the first ones off it, we'll be making sure we're happy with that and getting that announced. There'll be quite a lot going on at the track, but just with 2 or 3 of us employees there doing it, I guess, which is always a bit weird.
Yeah.
There's going to be a fair amount going on over the next few weeks.
Yep.
And like Lee said, it gives us a chance to perhaps do something a bit different with the track. So we'll see.
Yes. And then we've had obviously restocking of parts. I saw lots of P3s go on Instagram.
Yeah, P3s, bearings and stuff, piston liner build-up kits, engines themselves. So that was good to get that back into stock. We've got the same stuff going on with the Gamma at the end of this week as well. That's going to be very good. So we've actually got quite a lot going on. So we're going to be busy, working hard to keep it all going. Really, ready to welcome everybody back as soon as we can. I guess really.
Yeah.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. We won't go past the 4 weeks, and I think the original one was 4 weeks as well, wasn't it? And it got reviewed, and it went on and on and on. I'm hopeful that that's not going to be the case. I'm sure, we actually all need to live and do all these other things. So furlough can't carry on forever, can it? At the end of the day, for some people, and lots of people, fall through the cracks of that as well. So fingers crossed.
Yep.
We're going to be back racing very soon.
Yes, we need to be. Before Christmas, we need to do a Christmas race.
Yes, we definitely do. And a Christmas party.
Yes, sir. Scott Foy says, RB, Jackie and I drank our whiskey last night because Scott's in California and part of the OCRC group of guys, which are awesome. They had their holiday brawl.
Oh, nice.
Holiday brawl race yesterday. So, yeah, I wish I was there drinking whiskey with you, pal. I don't know when we're going to get back there. I saw the Reedy race has been postponed.
Okay.
So, it's pretty obvious it's going to happen. But I thought they might have done it because they might have just done without international drivers. But it seems they've postponed it.
Okay.
So I won't be getting to see him anytime soon, unfortunately. Miss the guys. Send my love to them all. Ivan Bingham says, come over to Bad MCC and race. Are they in lockdown over there?
I'm fairly sure that they are. But maybe I'm wrong.
I saw
but I'd like to.
I was chatting to my friend Crocodile about Poland, and they're meant to be going into lockdown, but they're having protests in the city, not about lockdown, about this abortion law that come in. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
So the Polish government have made it illegal to have an abortion at any stage, even if there's complications with pregnancies or whatever, which has been a bit uproar from a lot of people in Poland. And apparently there's been 150,000 protesters, and they take it in shifts to make sure that number remains the same.
Wow.
So that's social distancing for you.
Blimey.
So
Oh, hang on, can't we? Couldn't we have just talking about that and protests and stuff? I seem to remember there was quite a few protests over various things in our first lockdown. So could we not have a Nemo Raceway protest about? I don't know. Call it a protest,
race.
And yeah, when the police arrive, we'll just say, "Buddy, it's a protest. It's our human rights to have a protest about finding who's the fastest driver around our track."
Yeah, and everyone is protesting it every time someone goes out.
Absolutely. Well, we'll look into that. Maybe that's a swerve.
Yeah, it's definitely.
We like a swerve.
We like a swerve.
We like a swerve.
Steve says something different. The roof going in. Probably not yet, is it?
So I would love to do that. 100%. If we can get our council stuff sorted, that will happen.
There we go.
It's not a question of, we're still, trying to weigh it up. We want to do it 100%, but we don't want to do it and then, 3 months later have to take it down because it's a massive, massive commitment. Like we've spoken about before on here, it's not a business plan in terms of trying to make a load of money out of it. It's because we love it. We love the sport, and it can probably just about wash its face and make itself good over a very long period of time. But if that long period of time is taken away from us and we've only got a short period of time, then it would just be a disaster. So we want it. We absolutely want it. It's sat there waiting to go. And I think we've discussed this as well. We can have it up in about a week as well. So that could be very exciting. And there's lots of work going on in the background on that sort of stuff. So it's not beyond the realms of possibility. Let's leave it at that. It's not beyond the realms of possibility.
There we go. You heard it there.
Yes.
Nobby Lemoyne said, am I going to be making a shell for the YZ2T? No. The market's just not big enough to warrant it, basically. We wouldn't probably not sell enough body shells to even get the mold cost back, so it's kind of pointless. They are cool, although I think the standard body actually looks quite nice on the truck.
It does. It would just be nice if people could crash them more, so that the 30 wishbones that we have.
Yeah, Nobby, do you need any wishbones?
Yeah, exactly.
Yoakum with spares. I mean, we got YZ4s in the last week, which was absolute genius. So we finally got some full drives, and they all went out. With the spares, we were aiming to get some, but we didn't want to delay any chance of the full drive not turning up. So we just got the full drives in, and we'll do the spares shortly afterwards. Don't you worry. Chris James, does 2021 have plans for a temp track or for the temp track? I mean, we can do temp now. Obviously, we have a shortened layout of our dirt track. For the Astra and stuff, no, we're not thinking about that just yet, are we?
No.
Not yet, but hopefully we can have an Astro track soon.
That'd be cool. Very cool, yeah.
And we'll need to do lots of testing on Astro, obviously, to get ready for 2021.
Yeah.
So, yes, that's I'm kind of up to date on the old comments.
Good.
Yeah. Anyone got any questions for us?
Get questions on there so that we can answer them before we sign off. We need to cover Westmill as well, and
yes, of course.
What happened there? So, what happens at Westmill, Leroy?
So Westmill, obviously, I wasn't there. I couldn't make it this time. Just coincidence, just went down with the end of my holiday plan.
Yeah.
But we had some very good guys in attendance, as always. Mr. Kev Brunsden had a wicked third overall. I think he qualified and finished third. He had a TQ in the last round as well.
Very good.
So very good for Kev. Obviously, Kev has been strong at Hearts, especially against all the guys that were local. I know they were practicing Friday before it rained. Obviously, Saturday was rained, so people couldn't really practice. So, yes, Kev did very well. Lewis, he was in 5th or 6th. So we know he can do better than that, but in qualifying, he was very strong. He only just missed out DQ in a couple of rounds by like less than a second. Which is it was unfortunate that it just put him down in 5th on qualifying, because although he only just missed TQ, he got like 3s, and then in the last round it seems that other people jumped ahead of him because A few people crashed here, there, and whatnot.
Yeah.
I think he had a small issue with his car in the main. I'm not sure. They said there was some whining noise coming out of it. Maybe a wet bearing from earlier in the day or something seized. So an unfortunate final for him, but we know he's got the speed, so we're not.
Yeah.
It's only his third race with a car now, so
exactly.
Still learning.
It's still learning, and obviously qualifying speed was very, very good. I was watching relatively keenly to see how that was going, and like you say, only just missed out on TQ a couple of times, so the speed was really good and comparable or better immediately. Final didn't work out, but that's racing. You come back stronger, don't you, at the end of the day? And very cool as ever to see Kev up there mixing it with the guys that spend a lot of time going around that track. It's somewhere that it's quite daunting to go to Westmill now because it is the same, and so many people go there and do so much time. If everything is not perfect, you can end up being or looking like you're absolutely nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, when I went there, I had to go on the Saturday just to give me somewhat of a chance. Luckily, we got everything dialed in, and even in qualifying for me, I mean, I was texting you during the day. I can remember, I'm like, I know my car's good. It feels good. I just haven't put the perfect run together yet.
Yeah.
And, come the final, we were able to make our way to the front, setting fastest lap and stuff in the process. So you just got to trust yourself.
You broke some hearts, mate. That's what we're saying. You broke some hearts. You turned up.
Yeah.
Listen to the bollocks that goes on in the background, and then just put them back in their box.
Yeah. I mean, it was a wicked weekend for me, that one, because we learned a hell of a lot with the car on the Saturday. Just stuff, being able to try different things here and there, like we do. I mean, the setup's out there; people can look at it. I'm very transparent with all that stuff, and so we had a good event. But as I say, I drove quite well in qualifying. I made a few little mistakes, but I ended up 5th on the grid as well. And you think, oh man, I'm only 5th, but if you don't have perfect runs at Hearts, you can be in that 5th spot. So
so easily, easily.
Yeah.
Or 15th if you don't have quite your talent. So you're not,
Hey man, your last race at Westmill, you TQ'd round 1. I remember it.
Yeah, that's bizarre. I don't know what happened there. That was the red wine still in the system at that point. And then as it slowly came out of the system, I got slower. So it was all done. Peaked too early. A story of my life. But yeah, good effort from the guys, and hopefully we'll be back there in a big capacity with a lot of our guys. Once the lockdown's out again, we try to make sure our races don't clash with Westmill. So as soon as we get out of this bit again, we'll be back there in force, no doubt.
Yeah.
What I would like to see in return for that is actually some of the Westmill guys, apart from like our friends, coming to us when we have a race on. There's a big core bit of Westmill that I'd love to see come and sample what we've got going on, as we've supported their club for 15 years. It would be nice to see a little bit come back the other way.
Yeah, I mean, Torben comes up, obviously.
He does. 100%.
Legend.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to see a few of the other guys make the trip up our way. Even, we send our guys down there, they send their guys up to our track. We don't clash.
100%. We've always tried to, as Nemo, get behind a lot of the tracks, whether that be Westmill or Kent when it was a bit more active, and Slough obviously in particular as well, trying to rally the guys around. So it'd be good to see some of the club guys. I'm not talking about the top guys. I'm talking about some of the club guys. It'd be cool to see them encouraged to come and see us.
Yes, 100%. Well done. Well done, the guys that went. Darren Warburton will also. I think he was in the B final, but he didn't make his final. I'm not sure why. Claire put that on the report. But overall they had a good day. So that's all that really matters.
Yeah, exactly.
And I know Lewis is going to win the next one, unless I turn up.
Come in. Good Lord. The mantle is down.
I always give it to him before, so I've got to carry on giving it to him. So there we go. Jamie Crawford on the side there says, what is good tyres to have for Brookthorpe and Nemo track? Just getting back into racing after racing on AstroTurf. Got an A319.
Oh, good luck. Awesome. Welcome to us. Tyres for both our tracks probably would be the same, I would have thought, because we're both quite heavily oiled tracks. So on a dry day, I would have said a 6 mic in green or blue would be very, very good. or in the beta range, we'd be into a free ride, because just free ride works everywhere, doesn't it, Chalky? So we'd have a free ride on, and in the wet, we would probably be on an ultra soft cubes. I would have thought in both locations, or a pink magma.
Magma might be okay. Six Mick do have a new compound coming soon.
Okay.
Which is meant for the wet or very, very cold conditions.
Okay.
So watch this space. We will get it as soon as it's ready.
Yeah, that would be cool. So aside from that, I would have been on probably an ultra soft cube or an ultra soft Volante. They tend to work exceptionally well in the very, very cold weather, whether that be an oil track or a non-oil track. We've had really good success with those, indoor, outdoor, even like Padova back in Darren days when we weren't doing the whole additive thing. We could just put on a set of ultra soft something and be very good.
Fast.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. So sum it up. Ultra soft cubes or Volante.
Yep.
Free ride super soft or Six Mick, probably green now that the temperature's dropped.
Yeah, I would have thought so. Still trying to get my head around that when the crossover bit is between the green and the blue, because there's definitely something there. You suddenly bolt on, or a lot of lap time gain when you get to that blue, and I don't think it's like 25 or 30 degrees. It's cooler than that, isn't it?
Yeah,
I haven't worked.
Yeah, it's strange. I still haven't really worked it out myself.
No,
I can't give advice on it.
Like you have to throw the dice and see what you get.
Yeah, but I mean, before in the summer for sure, you put blues on.
Oh yeah.
And since the temperature's dropped, if the blues turn on, run them.
Yeah,
100%, because they are the faster tire of the lot. But sometimes they just don't turn on, do they?
No.
I think they need heat.
Heat in the tire. I don't think it's an ambient heat. I think it's
it's in the tire, getting the tire to work.
Yeah, smash it. Maybe warm them up on your pit bench before you go out or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So Tommy C says, how does the 5-port bullet compare with a 3-port bullet?
So for me, I think it's got more everything, just more power, which is what you would expect, I guess, really, for having another couple of ports in there. I think it just doesn't stop pulling. It just pulls and pulls and pulls, which is fantastic if you've got a big long straight. To go with that, I also think it's very, very smooth, so it's very easy to drive as well. You've frozen on a smirk.
Wow, pull and it's long and straight, but there we go.
Well, there we go. We're going to carry on TV. So yeah, it has more of everything for me. I think it has I say more of everything. That's not true. It probably has slightly less runtime than what we've seen in our previous 3 ports, which has been like forever on the Bullet brand. But you know what? Everybody tries to chase these fuel stops and stuff. Doing 10 minutes is wonderful, but you need 11 and all that sort of stuff. So really, I think you can bring it back down from that. Just forget that, get it out of your head, and put in something that is so drivable that even if somebody had to make one less stop, they're going to have something that's not as quick anyway on an individual lap. So it doesn't actually really matter. Just don't get psyched out with it in the first place, and enjoy the fact that you've got something that drives so well. I've been so impressed with the 5-port. I don't know what you think, Lee. You tell me.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't skeptical, but I was running obviously the old engine, which was always really nice to drive.
Yeah.
But especially at our track, I found myself sometimes wanting more. Like I felt I was wringing its neck. And then I chucked the new 224 in, and I was like, oh, wow, this is what I was looking for. If I was running Temp Scout, I'd be turning a bit of boost on to get out that corner and pull a bit harder. I mean, the easiest way to describe it is that it feels like it's got more torque. Your top speed's great, but anyone can kind of get top speed, in my opinion. It's that torque through the range and how drivable it was. With the old one, I felt you kind of come out and it was nice to start with, but then it would kind of almost, you'd have to ring it and then it would light the tyres a bit. Whereas this one seems to pull from the bottom to the top. So for me, it was a much more linear feel where you didn't feel like you had to wring its neck to get the speed out of it.
Get going, yeah. And like also for me, put it on a beta pipe and it absolutely sings. It comes alive.
That might be too much power for me, that.
Well, yeah, I know, but you just got to make a lot of noise, and that's what it's about. We've got to be Clarkson style on it. Just make a load of noise and spin the wheels up and roost the marshals, and you're winning. That's it. Yeah, exactly. Drivability doesn't matter.
Yeah, who cares about that when you got a 2-stroke going around the track?
Exactly. And the neighbours love it as well. They love that beta pipe. It's
Yeah, I
like
heard that.
running that on a Sunday morning.
Yeah, one of them like messaged the council one day talking about how lovely it was.
Exactly. It was all fine apart from that arse Hazelwood that had something that sounded much louder than everybody else's.
Yeah, you could hear when he was on the track. You could hear when he crashed.
New jump feature coming soon on the track.
Really? What? Body?
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be the neighbour buried in it.
So there we go. So yeah, there you go. Just buy one. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, we answered most of that. A few guys saying, sorry, I haven't been to the track yet, but they'll come soon.
Cool.
John Greaves is just a bit scared to go out because he's got his COPD. Yeah, I would be too, mate. Stay safe above all else.
Exactly.
Kev said the 5-port's so nice and smooth. It's a joy to drive. Absolutely fine. Simon Lee says ceramic coated exhausts and headers. What's your thoughts? Like, I'm bailing out of this one already. Go, John.
I am behind the times, and I have no thoughts on ceramic coating exhausts and headers, other than what I can tell you is your wallet will be lighter.
Yes.
You will find that there is less money for your groceries.
There you go. But you will have something ceramic,
which sounds nice. I mean, you could buy a nice, ceramic, I don't know, watch maybe.
Yeah,
maybe
brakes,
which are fairly expensive to be fair, aren't they?
They are a little bit. Yeah.
I always think that they're a fantastic, like 15-20 grand option when you're sat in 40-mile-an-hour traffic. There's not many times that I need to stop like I'm racing around the ring.
No, exactly.
I would say probably save your money, mate.
There we go. You heard it here first. Save your money. Don't buy ceramic brakes.
No, the brakes. Well, maybe you want those too. Well, actually, no. Save your money on those as well, because that's not a box to tick. That if they come with your car, that's fine. But if they're coming with your car, you've probably got quite a nice car. To be fair.
You're probably not caring about the money.
They're not fitted on Ford Fiestas yet, I don't think.
No, or maybe some track ones. But there we go. So, anything else to report?
No, I don't think so. I'm not actually sure how we managed to pack this out with a body show.
I don't know. I felt like I've talked a lot tonight.
You have been very nice. I've been listening to your dulcet tones.
So we would talk about what race we're doing next weekend and our race and who's going to win, but
yeah, well, we could win it now.
Yeah,
we don't have to
do our own race.
We
should actually do that and put it on live RC.
Johnny,
this is how we beat you, Johnny.
Yeah, exactly. We just cancelled the race. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly that.
So yeah,
man, that's really shit. I love putting the races on. They've been a buzz for me. The 6 that we've done so far, they're a lot of work, but I love it. I love seeing people come and enjoying the hard work and all that sort of stuff. So I think it's really, really crap that we're not going to get to do that on race 7, but we'll postpone it and do it as soon as we can afterwards.
Well, while we're thinking about that, how's the track condition at the moment? Obviously, people have 2 more days before we're locked in. So
they
you can come back and do some last-minute track time.
Yeah, 100%. We've got some bookings coming in and stuff. So yeah, get there or be square. Really, get booked up. You can do it online. We've got a few days left. We'll welcome absolutely everybody. You can have a good fun time. There'll be timing on so you can compare what you're doing and learn lots about your cars and stuff that you can then put into practice when we get the other side. So yeah, we've got a couple of days left. So yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I'll be up there on Wednesday. I think I might be doing a training day there on Wednesday.
Good Lord, what are we training? A dragon.
A dragon. How to train your dragon.
That's it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Someone asked for a training day at our track. He actually wants to do quite regularly. I think. I think he has a bet with a certain Gertie, which is that he has to get under a certain lap time, and he is trying to enlist my help to get him to do that around our track. So
okay, so it's 8 scale stuff or 10
8
scale?
scale.
8 scale. That's cool.
Yeah,
good.
So hopefully that's happening. I messaged him today and said, maybe we could do Wednesday before we get locked in. So I'm just waiting to hear. Yeah,
which is cool. And Phil's been working hard on getting it free from water again. So from tomorrow really, I'll be up there as well with some waders on, making sure that we're good.
Yes, and we'll smash in the last Wednesday.
Yeah, exactly. I know, isn't that weird?
I'm going to do some running too because I need to get my Nemo fix.
Exactly.
Even though I'll be allowed back, so unlucky guys, but I work there.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we should end on that. Come and see us. A couple of days left. It'd be great to see you there. Thanks for talking so much tonight, Leroy. It's been very good. It's been entertaining. Thank you for showing me one of the best cars that was ever made. And yeah, one day there'll be something that's as good as that, or better.
Hopefully. So, thanks, guys. Please hit the little thumbs up. 5 people have done it. There's been quite a few watching tonight, over 70 for a long period of time. So
Nice.
we could at least get 50 more thumbs up on there. So if you are enjoying it,
and subscribe to the channel because we're going to be doing more of this shit again now. We're into lockdown, so it's going to be videos galore.
And lockdown means Cars That Rock as well. So expect to see a video very soon on the next fulfillment of Cars That Rocked. Yes, we'll be doing lots of new videos. We're going to film quite a lot of stuff in the next few weeks.
Yep.
Purely because, you know, we're not allowed to go racing, so we're going to be filming everything. John has got a lovely new iPhone 12, which we're going to film with because he said it's got the best camera in the game.
It's the best camera in the game.
Best camera in the game. My upgrade's due this week, so maybe I'll have one too. So we can do multiple shots. Yeah, multiple shots.
Multiple angle crashes.
Yes. Yeah, there we go. So wicked. I'm just going to answer one more question because it is our man Morton.
Yes.
A few words about the rear LMR hubs. So yes, the hubs are awesome. Inspiration taken from temp scale, really, where you can adjust the hub height. We also have carbon plates at the top, so in the future if we want to change that position, but right now I think it's in the best one. Gamma used to make a hub you could go up and down with. It quickly sold out, and there wasn't a new one coming, so we made an LMR one, and I also wanted it to be a little bit more adjustable, so we have 3 positions, up, down, middle, and we do utilize them quite a lot. If you want the car to rotate but have a lot of forward drive, you go with the hub down, which is the whole up, which is effectively a standard position. And then if you would like the rear end to be a little bit more or less you have less rotation, you do have less overall rear forward traction, but the rear end holds itself in line a lot more. I prefer it as well on a high grip track. If it's ever a high grip track, hub up. If the track's got long sweeping corners, hub up. If the track's got hairpins and need a lot of forward drive, hub down. And if you want to go in the middle, you can go in the middle. And soon we have coming outboard rear tow options. So the Delrin insert, you can actually have outboard rear tow, which is a lot more effective than inboard rear tow, in my opinion, because you change the bind of the drive shaft. But I'll tell you all about it in a video.
Sounds good. I'm excited.
That was a ramble. Anyway, so we got up to 19 likes now, so thank you, everyone. It shows that worked. Please share, subscribe to our page, because then we feel like you love us. Apart from that, John, it's been emotional.
It's been very emotional. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody that's been watching, and we'll do it again next Monday.
Yes, we will indeed.
What we're going to talk about next Monday, we need to get some questions in, some real good, juicy ones. Mail them in, put them on Facebook, whatever it is. Doesn't matter whether it's RC related or not, really. I mean, we can turn it into a lifestyle channel because that's the cool thing to do, right, Leroy? I mean, you're younger than me, so you should know.
Yeah. I have no idea. Ivan Bingham has asked a few times. Sorry, I missed a couple of them. Truggy parts, including body shell.
Yes.
Coming in soon.
Yes.
There we go. Keep a quick eye on the website because there's a lot of stuff coming back in stock because it has been sold out. And it's all coming back. So there we go. Thanks, everyone. Please like, please subscribe, please share. And hopefully we'll see you all very, very soon.